Alright, Shalom. Alright. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders that rule well. Salutation of much respect to Akim out there pushing this word out with truth and sincerity. Alright. Now, I just want to basically get into the fact that, Esau, Edom is not in trouble like you jinx, man. The big thing now is they're going in on R. Kelly, man. Alright? Which R. Kelly, he's wicked. We don't promote R. Kelly, he's wicked. Alright? But you niggas are wicked too. The same ones coming up against me, y'all are wicked too. Y'all ain't doing the law, statutes, and commandments of the scriptures. Alright? And my thing is this. If they're coming up against him so hard, right, for having supposedly some underage women or teenagers, why are they getting on the Pope, man? Why are they getting on the Catholic priests, man? Raping little boys, man. Raping little girls, man. I'm talking about 6-year-olds, 7-year-olds. Okay? Because they're a bunch of hypocrites, that's why, man. Esau promotes what he wants to promote, man. And like the elder from the Toronto camp said, Yerumia, alright, he said basically, he said that's all a distraction tactic, man. The fact that they have R. Kelly out there like that's a distraction tactic, okay? Because that's not no important news like that, man. You have famines going on, you have wars going on, little proxy wars all around the world. They're not covering that, but they're focusing on R. Kelly, man. When are they gonna focus on the Catholic priests, man? Raping little boys and shit, man. When are they gonna do a documentary on that? Surviving the Catholic Church, man? Or these rabbis giving these little kids herpes, man. Not kids, babies, man. These rabbis are actually giving babies herpes, man. And they're allowed to do it, man. Okay? Giving kids blowjobs and she's talking about that's part of our customs, man. Alright? So these people are hypocrites. You understand? And you know who goes the hardest on R. Kelly? Our own people, man. Israelites, man. They go, whenever it's an Israelite, man, they go hard, man. When it's Esau, Edom, they take it easy. Alright, to show you how fucked up our people are, bro. Let me get Psalm 73. This is Psalm 73. I'll start at verse. Hold on. This is Psalm 73. I'll start at verse 1, man. Truly the Most High is good to Israel, even to such as are of a clean heart. But as for me, my feet were almost gone, my steps had well nigh slipped. For I was envious at the foolish when I saw the prosperity of the wicked, man. Because you see the Edomites prospering, man. Okay? They're doing all this wickedness across the earth, but they're okay. They have money, they have this and that. Right? While you jakes are in the ghettos, you jakes are, they're struggling in the barrios or whatever they call it in Latin America. Alright? But Esau is doing good, man. And it says, for there are no bands in their death, but their strength is firm. Okay? They are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men. Right? See what I'm saying? These Edomites, they're able to do all this wickedness, but it gets swept under the rug, man. Alright? Like I made the example, the Catholic priests, man. They just move from precinct to precinct, man. They just move from place to place. Okay? They don't get put in jail for that shit. Raping little kids, man. They do that all the time. Every day that's happening, man. They don't get put in jail because there's no justice in this place, man. Right? These fucking red Edomites, these so-called white people, man. They're hypocrites, man. Alright? They want to target R. Kelly, man. What are you worried about R. Kelly for, man? Alright? Well, why don't you go worry about the Catholic priests? They're dealing with millions of kids, man. Alright? But you want to target this guy has about what? They say 10 counts? What about thousands of counts, man? That have came out on these Catholic priests, man. You ain't doing nothing about it, man. These rabbis giving babies herpes, man. That's sick, man. But they don't want to talk about that, man. They don't want to put that on the news and make a documentary how about surviving the rabbis. What about that, man? Okay? Because Esau's a fucking hypocrite, man. And I'm reading it now. They are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men. Therefore pride compasseth them about as a chain, violence covered them as a garment, man. So that's why they're able to do what they do, man. Okay? the pride compasses them because they're able to shoot you jakes down in the streets and there's no repercussion for that. So they're prideful. All right? That's what I'm reading right now. Let's continue. It says, therefore pride compassed them about as a chain, violence covered them as a garment. And these Edomites everything they got was by violence, man. There was never no fair trade with these devils, man. Ever. Not one nation had fair trade with these devils where they kept a covenant, man. All right? Like the elder Ariala says from Texas, he always says, when has the so-called white man ever got along with anybody on the planet, man? Any nation. Ever. In the history of the world, man. Never, man. Okay? The Persians got along with people, right? The Cushites, or the Ethiopians, they got along with certain people. But the so-called white man, he can't get along, man. All right? It says, their eyes stand out with fatness. They have more than heart could wish. Okay? And that's mainly speaking about the elites, man. All right? At one point, the average Edomite had more than what you could imagine. But now that's speaking about the elites, because the elites done stole everything and hoarded all the gold, all the precious stones. All right? And then they have the peons just walking around in a rat race, man. Okay? It says, they are corrupt and speak wickedly concerning oppression. They speak loftily, man. All right, and that's what these devils do, man. When you bring up certain things like slavery and things like that, they speak loftily, man. All right, which means proudly, arrogantly. All right, you understand? Because when it's put on them, but if it was happening to them, they would want justice, man. So these devils are hypocrites, man. Okay. They set their mouth against the heavens, and their tongue walketh through the earth, man. All right, and it's evident because these people have the same mindset of the so-called white man, right? When even if you go down to certain parts in India, man, them women are practicing feminism, man. So where did they get that from? They got that through the so-called white man and his wine. So his tongue walketh through the earth, man. His philosophies, man, his ideas, all right, which is nothing but wickedness. It walks through the earth, okay? And it's not, truth is not walking through the earth, all right? Because if truth was walking through the earth, they would understand that this man is an Edomite. They would understand that we're Israelites, okay? And who they are, if truth was walking through the earth. But truth is not in the earth right now, all right? It says, therefore his people return hither, and waters of a full cup are wrung out to them. All right. So you Edomites, man, you Edomites have a lot to pay for, man. Okay? Because you've been living deliciously this whole time, you've been chilling this whole time, but the Most High has a judgment set up for you, man. That's not gonna be forever, man. Your time is almost up, man. Okay? Like if I was an Edomite right now, man, I would just go and max out my credit card, man. Because after this, you Edomites won't have anything coming to you, man. This is the last leg of your pitiful kingdom, man. Let's get matter of fact, let's get Revelations 18. Because once Babylon the Great is destroyed, that's it. You Edomites are going directly into slavery, man. You're gonna have no pit stops or anything like that, man. You're going directly into slavery. This is Revelations 18:1. And after these things I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen, and has become the habitation of devils, and a hold of every foul spirit, and the cage of every unclean and hateful bird. Which Babylon the Great is also known as what? America, all right, or United States of America. That's Babylon the Great according to the Bible, man. All right, and it's going to be made desolate, man. When it's speaking about these different hateful, unclean birds, it's speaking about the vultures, all right, and birds like that live in the desert. They're going to inhabit America in the near future to come. Okay, after that nuclear holocaust, so to speak. All right, and it says, for all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. Like I was reading before, man. All these other nations, they drunk of that wine, man. All right? If you go down to Elam land, right, the East Indians, right, they're practicing feminism, man. All right? they're pushing homosexuality, right? Transgenderism all around these different nations, because that's from Esau, that's from Edom. Okay, that's not their normal customs, man. They learned that from Esau as that being okay when it's not okay according to the Bible. Okay, and it says, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. Right? So like all these other nations, where do they mostly go to get rich, man? They go to America, because America is a consumer-based society, man. All right? They consume more than they produce, man. All right? The GDP is way below the debt, man. All right? And it says, and I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out from my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and ye receive not of her plagues. And those plagues are speaking about the nuclear missiles, the ICBM missiles that are going to hit America. All right? Because that's what's going to hit America. ICBM missiles coming from Russia, China, all right, Japan. All these other nations are going to shoot missiles on America. All right? And that's in the Bible. All right? And it says, verse 5, it says, for her sins have reached up to heaven, and the Most High hath remembered her iniquities. So the Most High hath remembered the iniquities of these Edomites, man. Everything that they've done, man, from slavery, right, to the Native American killing, all right? All that, the Most High has remembered that, man. Okay? But when it comes to us as Jacobs, all right, as Israelites, he's going to forget our sins, man. All right? Let's continue. It says, reward her even as she rewarded you. And how did these devils reward us, man? In other words, what did they do to us, man? All right? If you look at the pictures, man, that brothers be posting, man. All right? These devils have done nothing but wickedness, man. All right? You know you're an Israelite, brother?